Now I'm going to be showing you how to finish up your 1-point perspective falling lesson. So as I showed you before, I chose to keep the same design throughout so that you could just kind of see the same design but the different backgrounds. So here you can kind of see what I've done. So this is option number 1 background, option number 2 background, and then I'm going to show you how to mat the option number 3 background. You're also going to be filling out an evaluation form and adding that to the back. But before we get started, you can do either cut out the edge first or glue your image on first, it doesn't matter. But I want you to notice that as I've cut this out, you'll notice that I didn't just stay on the line and kind of cut my shape or my form that I've created, but now I'm kind of bumping out, okay? I'm making sure that I am cutting around. I don't want to cut that off. So make sure that you are going around your forms as well and you're not just going by the circle. So the other thing that you should have is you should have your image. I took a picture of you looking as though you're falling. So you're going to take scissors and you are going to cut around. Now what I want you to notice is you want to try and get as close as possible to your body. But if you look up here, I'm using Zara's picture here from last year, so you can see that the fingers are really difficult to cut out. So do you see how I just kind of cut around them? That's okay, because by the time you're done gluing this down, you're not going to really see those types of details. Plus I'm taking a picture on a black piece of paper, so hopefully that'll blend in with the black circle here. So using a glue bottle, just quick reminder, when the glue is closed, it's touching the white. When it's open, you're lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, so lefty-loosey to open. The orange is going to be away from the white. So you're also going to want to see if it breathes. Sometimes there is dried glue at the top, like you see here, that'll keep it from the glue from coming out, so you might need to remove that. Okay, and you can see glue is flowing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the picture of the student falling, and I am just going to put a couple dots of glue on the back. Dot, dot, not a lot, baby dots of glue. And I'm going to set this aside, and what I want to do is take my finger, because I don't want this to blend. I want this to be pretty tacky, so I'm going to just kind of spread the glue out a little bit. I might actually need a little bit more. Don't over glue, because we don't want glue leakage on the design of your paper. So I'm just going to spread this out, making sure that all the areas are covered, so there aren't going to be any areas that are going to be sticking up that you didn't get to. And then you're going to decide how you want to place your figure on the paper. So there's that. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to get a black piece of construction paper. This is the same size, 12 inch by 12 inch, same size as the white paper that we started out with for our project. And we are going to turn this over. Now when we glue, we don't want to glue right to the edge over here. We want to make sure that we are bringing it in at least an inch, and we're going to create a bead of glue. So we're not doing dots again, we're going to do a bead, which means it's going to be a very, very thin line of glue. So I'm going to make one circle, I'm going to go in and I'm going to make a second circle, and then I'm going to put just a dot in the middle. So I want you to take a look, and I want you to notice how little glue I have there. It's not big globs of glue. Once you have that done, you're going to take your paper, turn it over, and you are going to place your design on the black paper. You'll be able to kind of figure out how you want it to look. Once you've figured out where it's going to be centered, I'm going to press down in the middle, and I'm going to press out. This will allow the glue to go from the inside to the out, and it will kind of push the glue to the edge, which is why I started glue here and I did not glue on the very, very edge. We don't want to see glue leaking out of the edge of your piece. Now if you have an area such as this, I can kind of see that this is popping up a little bit. What I might do is I might go back and I might add a tiny bead of glue just a little bit closer to the edge, so that when I come down and I press again, that's going to stay more flat. Okay? Once you have your piece matted and your figure is glued down, then your next step is going to be to get your evaluation sheet and fill out and answer these questions. Fill this out, answer the questions, and make sure you're using complete sentences. Now, a trick. When you are writing complete sentences, you need to use the question as part of your answer. So let's use this as an example. Using a complete sentence, what did you learn about perspective? So your answer might be something along the lines of, what I learned about perspective is da 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 da, and you'd explain what it is you learned. Look at the second one. Using complete sentences. What do you like best about your artwork and why? So this is a two-part question, which means there's two separate answers. So you might be writing something like, the part I like best about my artwork is, give your answer, because, give your answer. Using complete sentences. What would you do differently next time? And why? If I were to do this project again, I would change blank, but blank, but blank, but blank, or write down what it would be you would change, because, and then explain why you would change it. When you are answering questions, whether it be in art or on state tests or English or wherever you're taking exams, if you build in the question as part of your answer, the person who's reading your answer never has to worry about what the question is, because they'll be able to understand the question just from your answer. So that's the trick. Can you write an answer so that if the person did not know the question, they would be able to figure out what question was given to you? Once you're done with this, answering in complete sentences, you're going to turn this over. Again, you're going to use the glue, and you are going to put glue in the corners. Here we're using dot, dot, not a lot, not big globs. Notice they're away from the paper. And then I'm going to put just a small beaded X in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to turn my artwork over, and I am going to glue this to the back. Make sure your name is on your paper. Make sure your homeroom teacher's name is on your paper. When you're done, this will go over to the drying rack. You will need to put your scissors away. You will need to throw your scrap paper into the garbage in the recycling blue bucket. You will need to make sure that your glue is closed, and make sure that your glue is standing tall like a soldier in the storage drawer. Take your time, don't rush, have fun, and good luck.